So in this lesson, we're going to take a look at how to write chunks. So what is a chunk, you might ask? A chunk is a small piece of an analytical or argumentative writing. Now you could also kind of think of this as a way to organize informational writing, but the big focus here is going to be on analysis and arguments. And it's usually one piece of evidence plus one or two, usually two pieces of analysis or commentary. And as we get a handle on chunk writing, you'll see how they fit together to create paragraphs. In other words, they're the most basic building block of a paragraph in an essay. And so as you get good at writing chunks, you'll have much more confidence in supporting the claims in the topic sentences of your body paragraphs. And then you're going to find that writing essays becomes much more comfortable for you. All right, so here are a couple examples of chunks. And the first one here, right, according to the NBA's website, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scored 38,307 points in his career, making him the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. This makes him the greatest basketball player of all time, and it also shows how incredible the Lakers are. So this is a pretty standard chunk here. Let me turn my pen on, and we'll take a look at this. Switch to red here, right? So this whole first sentence is a piece of evidence, right? You can see the citation here. We know about basic citations, right? And this is a fact, right? Jabbar, scored this many points, right? So this is evidence. Right, switch to blue here. And then these next two sentences here are analysis and explanation, right? This makes him the greatest basketball player of all time. Notice this is kind of like a claim, this analysis. Or, we could call this commentary. I think commentary is probably a better way to describe what we're doing here. This is commentary on the evidence, right? You can see how it's kind of like a baby claim. Right? Let's say I've got a paragraph here about why the Lakers are the greatest greatest basketball team ever, and perhaps the topic sentence here is one of the reasons that the Lakers are the best team ever is because of the great players they've had, right? And so then my first chunk would be about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, maybe another chunk about Magic Johnson or Kobe Bryant, right? It also shows how incredible the Lakers are, right? So this is another, piece of commentary, explanation. Again, so it's kind of like baby claims. So these two things here kind of work together to explain this evidence and how it might, support a claim that the Lakers are the best ever. Sort of my imaginary topic sentence for this paragraph. And we'll get more into that in upcoming lessons. So, if you're not quite following me, don't worry. We're going to cover this in the future. Let's look at another chunk here. Right, so Rich Florida, writing for CreativeClass.com, shows April's unemployment numbers for people with only high school diplomas are about twice as high as those with college degrees. Therefore, it's a good idea to go to college. Even though life isn't perfect for college graduates, their unemployment rates are much lower than those without degrees. Switch to red again. So once again, this is my evidence. In this case, the evidence is based on a graphic, and we're going to do a lot of that in this class. I'm going to give you a lot of artwork, pictures of things in history, and ask you to write chunks and paragraphs and essays on visual sources. This is a good example on how you could get some evidence from a visual source, in this case a graph. Once again, I've got my basic citation. And this whole thing here is evidence. Just switch colors again. And then these two sentences down here are commentary, right? The first one's a really strong claim, right? It's a good idea. That definitely makes it subjective, which means it's, it's commentary or, explanation. Oops. Kind of hard to write with this thing, forgive me. Also, even though life isn't perfect for college graduates. Their unemployment rates are much lower. This may seem like it's evidence, but when you say something like this, again, you've got some commentary there. Okay, and again, you see how these are kind of like small claims that would connect the evidence, perhaps to a topic sentence in this case on why going to college is good economic is a good economic idea. I'm just kind of making this up, but you can see here how a chunk like this could go into a paragraph on why college is good economically, and perhaps part of a larger argument on why college is a good thing. Okay, so those are some examples of chunks. And so now what, right? I want you to use chunks with basic citations in all of your online discussions. I'm going to be looking for them. Now, when you're doing online discussions, you may need to put one sentence of analysis or commentary, kind of like a claim, before your evidence, and then one sentence or more of analysis after your evidence. But either way, I want to see commentary and analysis and cited evidence in all of the work you do in your online discussions, and really in anything. So that's it. Thanks for watching.